guys.
Oh, of course, Jay Purge. Our boy Jay Purge is going to show up for sure.
I hope so. Well,
It's a
hey,
race to
what's up?
come.
We're live, and this is Entertainment Crew. I was going to say is with me. The Imperial Academy is with me. I'm
Hello.
here. You're there, and I'm everything Star Wars. Good to see whoever's here, sees a replay, whatever. Anyway, it's Imperial Academy with my Imperial Crew, as I like to call them. Hold on, he's adjusting his camera. Imperial Academy. Would you like to talk about your channel? What you do on it?
So yeah, my channel is a Marvel and Star Wars related channel. I cover lore videos, fact videos, anything related to any type of Star Wars or Marvel media I will cover at some point. I'm trying to work through as much as I can. I normally put videos out daily, but yeah, I'm going over a range of things, and I've got a lot of plans for the future, and I'm going to be changing some things around to excite all of the followers.
Cool. And the Entertainment Crew, would you like to tell the people about your channel?
We do Star Wars videos.
That's it? That's what you want to say?
One way of putting it.
Pretty much.
I guess that cuts it. I want to say hi to TG Shadow Gamer. I want to say hi to MMA King. Hello there. And I just moderated you, so MMA King, just to let you know. Imperial Academy and Entertainment Crew, you guys feel free at any time to drop your channels into the chat, and I will post it up here so people can see it.
Sounds good.
So today we're going to talk about videos we did during the week, topics we did during the week that you guys might not have seen. What I found the most interesting was the Imperial Academy. Now I'm going to give you guys the scenario, and he's going to explain what the heck happened because it was very funny in my opinion. I was laughing about this and shocked too.
This ought to be
what
good.
Happened was Imperial Academy did this video about Hydra. It was 9 seconds long. Swear to you, 9 seconds. And I watched it. And basically, the theory was like I have with Eric Palpatine of somebody coming to take over the channel. Seems harmless, funny.
I heard
really
about
good.
this.
And then everything went crazy. So Imperial Academy is going to explain just what happened on his channel.
I'll try to explain, but I won't go on for too long because this is a long story. So basically, the original idea was I was going to make a mini YouTube TV series, but like brief episodes, and they were going to run alongside my main videos. And the idea of the story was Hydra takes over the world and the channel, and as a community, we've got to kind of fight back and take them down. That was the story I was going for. And basically, I put those videos out as everything Star Wars said, and it kind of like shocked people because they were like, "Oh, what's going on?" And it went as the way I thought it was going to be at first, and everyone was getting excited. Until Wednesday of this week, I posted a video that was going to be like the first main part of this kind of story. It basically shows Hydra taking over the world, and I've got like videos of cities and stuff, and it looks like Hydra taking over all over the place. The problem was a group of people, I'm not going to mention any names, but a group of people actually believed it was a real terrorist attack taking over the world. I can't make that up. I cannot make that up. That literally is what happened. And it is funny, but at the same time, it's also quite scary because some people could have been really scared. Now, because of what happened, I had to make an apology video, as some of you may have seen, because it's got a lot of views now. And because of basically the reaction that it had with people thinking it was a real terrorist attack, I scrapped the show because I don't want people being scared of something that I was going to make. But, you know, it was a made-up show, just clarifying.
That's creative, though. That's creative.
If we're being honest here, those people that are freaking out were probably just like a bunch of 12-year-olds.
Probably. Yeah. But I didn't want to take the risk because YouTube blocked the video after it, because when the comments went in, the YouTube registered them, and the words like terrorist and stuff that were in the comments, YouTube must have seen that and then instantly blocked the video because of it. So that video is blocked now, and I've got to wait for a follow-up email because that video is under investigation or something like that. So yeah, it's all going on my channel. And because of that, what's happened, I'm not uploading any videos the rest of this week. I've skipped all my upload dates, and I'm going to start next week fresh, and I'm going to pretend like nothing ever happened.
Yep. Hey, I'm MMM King. Remember, these are probably younger people, so you know they're probably naive or whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy. How can you think?
Safe than sorry.
I thought it was crazy because at first I was like, I saw the 9-second video like in the beginning of the week, and I was like, okay, all right. I was like, wonder what he's doing here. You know, I'm curious. He got my curiosity. And then he said, "Oh, wait till Friday." I saw it like, oh, you're going to see what happens on Friday. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll find out Friday. Pretty interesting. So then I saw another one of his videos, and I think it was about Thor, and he had the image of the Hydra image. So I said, oh, okay, I think I know what he's doing here. This is going to be very interesting. Then he put some tweets out, which you forgot, and he had all these numbers, zeros and ones without any. It said Hydra. So I was like, oh, he's really going all out here. This is cool. And the next thing I know is I see an apology video stating, yeah, I'm under investigation. I'm so sorry. I was like, what? What do you mean you're under investigation?
I'll explain the ones and zeros a minute because I want to explain this. I haven't actually said this before, but the idea of the ones and zeros is because in the storyline that I was planning, Hydra kidnapped me and they replaced me with an LMD, which is known as a life model decoy, and it's basically a robot that sounds like me and looks like me. And the idea was that I get kidnapped, I get replaced with a robot, and the robot keeps putting videos out, but nobody notices. And those ones and zeros are the binary for the robot, and it's like the robot's losing control and it's typing ones and zeros and Hail Hydra as a message out on Twitter. So that was the story I was going for, but yeah, it definitely didn't go the way I planned it.
Wow.
So MMA King says drama brings views.
Been,
go ahead.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. Actually, that's a unique idea. I had never heard anything like that. So.
Yeah, I thought it was great because, like, for those of you who are on my channel, you know I do this guy named Eric Palpatine, and people are getting into it, and they're sending me videos, and we're pretending that basically he's the new Palpatine. Palpatine has died. He's his cousin. He's just as powerful, and he's trying to be the ruler of YouTube. He's trying to mess every single YouTube channel he can. So if you see the videos, you'll see what happens, and people are just going with it because they love the idea, and it's a way also to get their channels out, to say, hey, if you haven't checked out my friend, go check out his, I'll put the link down there. So it's a way of collaborating like this is, and it's a way that we get together, we have some fun, we do something fun, instead of being serious or being negative, oh, what's going on in the news, or, it's just a way to try and change the mood to some positivity, because there's so much negativity going out between. I can't say the things because I know YouTube has a problem with but you guys know what's going on. You've watched the news. You know what's happened this week. You know what's been going on out there for the past couple of months.
There's a lot of things
between those two things going on. Is so much negative, so much anger, so much, and it's sad to see this. And I feel like horrible. I wish I could change things, but who am I? I can't go out there and say, hey, everybody, everything's going to be okay. Yeah, right. Okay. Who are you? I can't do that. So it's just a way of having fun, doing something fun on my channel. And I thought it was a great idea. I thought it was really, I said, oh, this is going to be entertaining. I'm looking forward to this. And then it just didn't happen,
Yeah.
Maybe
next time. You could do an Imperial one.
Imperial, to find that you were under investigation by YouTube that was like, whoa, man.
I think the reason why that happened is because the YouTube computer system registered the words being used in the comment section, and because of the words that were being commented, it just instantly fired the video up as a blocked video. I felt like that's why. But it's really annoying because I bought props. I've not hired, but I've asked people that I know to act out scenes, and some of those scenes were already recorded. And the whole idea of the show was basically to push my Marvel side of things, because the Marvel side of things has been quite low recently. And I thought, what's the best way to grow your Marvel stuff? Just by making a mini TV show. But the rest is history.
That's a crazy. So that's what happened with Imperial Academy. And we're going to go back and forth here because you guys put out multiple videos. But we're going to get into the Entertainment Crew now. After that whole craziness went down with Imperial Academy. It's just insane. It's insane. We're going to go into the Entertainment Crew. You guys had an interesting video. You had, I believe, the top 10 hottest female in Star Wars. You guys want to go into that?
Yeah. Look, you explain it.
All right, so pretty much we just had a tier kind of list type of ordeal, and we had a bunch of kind of like the main women from like, you know, it goes from Sokka, Padme, Kira, Leia. We had some other very interesting ones too, such as Maz, Holdo.
Oh,
you know, yeah. We had a lot of, you know, made it very interesting. And if you haven't seen the video, Rob has Imperial Academy. You'll think it's funny. We had some jokes in there, but we wanted to talk about what your guys' top 5 would be for the Star Wars woman. What would your guys' top 5 women be, do you think? Rob and Imperial Academy.
Oh, wasn't expecting that question.
Yeah.
Maybe
Top 5.
Wow.
Right.
Well, this, I mean, I can't rank them because I would have to really think about it, but I know Leia would be there.
Sure.
I'd have to put Ahsoka Tano there. Padme would have to be there. Kira would have to be there. And I have to pick one more. That's tough because there's a lot. It's like, who do I pick? Oh, man, who do I pick? The other one I got to think about. I got to think about who my 5th is, but it's not in order. This would be the 4.
Come on, A-list Kira, man.
Not in any order. Off the top of my head, I pick. You probably got to go Leia, Ahsoka, Padme, Ayla Secura, and
where's Kira?
Oh, Kira. There you go. Put Kira on
Yeah,
the end.
So we pretty much
on.
had the same. We pretty much had the same top 5. I
Everybody
mean, I
knows
would really have
those
to.
are the top.
I would really have to do what you did. I would have to look for all the women in Star Wars because there's Shakti also.
How about Rey?
There's others.
Oh,
huh?
How about Rey, guys? I didn't see any Rey representation.
Rey's pretty, but there's only one thing. And again, I don't want to insult her. I think Daisy Ridley is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, but I like a little boo-boo going on there,
Okay.
So I need something that I could. Okay, this is really, I can't believe I'm talking about this, but I need something that I like to at least have a handful. If I can have a handful, I'm happy.
What is going on in this stream? What is going on?
Wow.
PG-13 on what, guys? I mean, damn.
You guys asked. I just want to be honest.
My excuse was to use a Palpatine. I wouldn't want to do anything with Palpatine, but lying me, I wasn't going down that route. Jesus.
Well, listen. When you're I'm a man, come on, you have to. It's so funny with Cheaty John. Rob is going to get in trouble for that one. Yeah, I probably will. You're right. But you have to, you think about if I'm alone by myself. What would I want a woman who would be really interested to look like? Body type, shape, face, hair. Like Leia. Some guys like long hair, some guys like don't, some guys like blonde. It depends on your taste. No one is wrong, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's up to you what you find attractive.
Unless you pick Maz. Unless you pick Maz. If you pick Maz, you're objectively wrong, obviously. So, like Luke said, butthole eyes.
I don't Halloween. I don't think this person would even be considered. I don't even know.
What about Darth Vader?
I'm
what?
What?
No. What about Anakin? Come on.
I like it how no one's picked Gradala the Hutt. No one's picked Gradala the Hutt. What's wrong with her? Anyone?
Oh yeah, it's true.
No, that's not gonna work. I just want to welcome
how would that work, man?
Justin Proper.
If you think you can handle all that,
and Jonathan North. I want to welcome you guys.
Fun fact about the Hutt species:
Justin Proper.
The Hutt species can actually change.
Wait, what?
The Hutt species, they can change their gender. If they want to become a female, they can genuinely change their biology to become a different gender.
Wow.
That sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me.
We were speaking about gender, so I thought I'd just throw that fact in there, but we can move along now.
All right, let's move on from this
Yeah, someone say something. Someone say something.
Yeah, the last thing we all got to admit, Kira is at the top. We have to agree with that.
I disagree.
I don't think I agree with that. She's up there, but not up there.
Probably, I would say third.
Yeah, I guess
this is a good one. Hold on, my MMA
disgraceful.
MMA King has a good one. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, I got the wrong one up there. Hold on. Yeah, well, Justin, flip or slide. If you guys want to be on, you could let me know. I want to put this one up here. Hold
on. Come on.
How about this person?
Oh, not the Duchess of Mandalore. That's Obi's. Yeah, that's for Obi-Wan. All right.
I think Anakin definitely has better taste.
You don't think she's attractive in any way?
I think Han has the best taste, though.
Same, but for a different reason. For a different, because of Leia, not because of Kira.
Well, remember, Anakin only had Padme. I mean, that's all he had. That's the only person he was with. He was with.
That's all he needs.
He wasn't with anybody else. And Obi-Wan only was into her, And let me say something. Sometimes people think like, oh, that girl's ugly. How could this guy with this girl? Because you know what? Sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes it's about personality. Remember, somebody can have all the looks, but then when you're with them and they treat you like garbage, and I know, I could tell you, I've been there, and they just treat you horrifying. It's like, man, I can't do this the rest of my life. I can't be with somebody who's going to be treating me in this type of way. It doesn't matter how attracted I am to them or what I think of them physically. What about personality? That's a big factor too. I mean,
the people are giving an answer to the butthole eyes, Luke. Can you explain that?
What happened?
They're like, I demand an explanation for the butthole eyes. I'm not letting this go.
So I don't know where that came from. I didn't say anything about that. I don't know.
No, I did. But it was Luke.
Go ahead.
First, so. Yeah, what is it? What's explain that to them, Luke.
All right, guys. I don't think you really want to know about it, but whatever. It's Maz Kanata. Her eyes, like her whole head shape. It looks in that certain type of manner. All right.
I get you. I see where you're coming from. Where you're coming from.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, Maz kind of reminds me of like my grandma, so I would not put Maz in this category. I mean, look, if Chewie's into Han, she's into Chewie. Hey, whatever works for them. What makes them happy. But I thought it was cute. How she goes, "Where's my boyfriend?" And he's like, I thought it was a cute thing. And at the end, I loved. It was just a nice. I got to give the Rise of Skywalker that. It was such a nice touch. How she's like, he really deserves this medal. Now she took it from Leia. I was like, oof, I don't know. That kind of felt a little creepy. But in my mind, like you see, the princess just dies right there on the table, and you just take the medal, and then I was like, okay, I don't know if But when at the end, I thought it was sweet to say, like, here, you always deserved it. And he did. He did deserve it because he was a part of the group. And I thought that was a nice touch that JJ did with that. Luke's gone. But that was just my opinion. I mean, I don't. What'd you guys think of that moment?
I agree. I think it was a nice touching moment to kind of round off because I always felt bad for Chewie because he never did get a medal. So I like that bit.
I'm indifferent about it. I mean, it's all right if they added it in, but I'm not really like super enthusiastic about it. I'm not really. I don't hate it, but I don't really like it that much either. I probably would have preferred them to just leave it off like as it is, but no.
Here, hold on a second. So my thing's a little slow, so that's why I'm a little hesitant. So Shadow Gamer says Chewie deserved the medal, and I agree. I think he did, and it is no doubt about that. I'm not going to say that Rey shouldn't be in the top 10. She should be. She should be. She wouldn't be number one, but she's definitely top 10 worthy. She's definitely beautiful.
I'm not getting my opinion.
Going by character. Don't go by character. I'm not going by character.
I know,
I'm not going by the story.
It's still a little bit lacking. I don't know. Like you said earlier, I don't know.
Oh, Shadow Gamer had a question for the Imperial Academy. I'm going to post it. And here it is.
Oh wow. Oh,
See, I'd like to say this is wine, but that would be illegal because I'm under 18. This is squash.
All right.
It's funny because I thought the same thing when he was on my stream. I thought he was also drinking, and I was like, dude, wow, what are you drinking? And he's like, no, it's not what you're thinking. Because it looked like it. You had the whole glass and I really thought you were drinking. I was like, okay.
Right. I
Because
mean,
I was on stream for a while. I thought I
or someone wants to, if anybody wants to join, you could let me know in the chat. Feel free, and I could put you on. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
So that was TG Shadow says, "Who drinks squash in a wine glass?"
Wait, what?
Laughing my ass off.
What's squash?
Oh.
It's not a wine glass.
Yeah, I think you need to explain.
It's a cider glass. It's for cider.
Yeah, but what's squash? What is that?
Can you explain what squash is? Because he's from the UK, and I'm sure people here in this country have no idea.
You don't have, okay, right. I didn't know this. I thought you knew what squash is, but I'll explain. Basically, squash is like you add it with water, and it's basically like a flavored liquid. And once you add water to it, it makes like a liquid drink. So you can have different flavors. You have peach. We're talking about squash on the live stream. Okay, right. Didn't think this was coming. So you can get like different flavors, and then when you add water to it, it just makes like a drink. It's meant to be healthier, but it also gives like water a taste if you get bored of water. That's kind of the idea.
Okay.
Ah, interesting.
Who knows, guys? He might be drunk right now.
Yeah.
Jedi Purge can explain it because he's also from the UK. So he said, what did he say? It's juice. That's what.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Okay.
It's basically juice. Is that what it is?
It's our boy Purge.
Yeah, Purge.
Hey!
What's up, man?
He said he might be here in a half hour. That's up to him. He could let me know, and if he wants to come on, I've already invited 4 people on. That's up to them if they want to go.
Do you think that the bounty hunter?
Oh, okay. This is a good one.
It's beautiful.
I was just gonna put that up, so you guys can answer this. I'll let you.
Which one? Is it the human?
Yeah.
Is it the human form or is it the like actual form? Because
No, imagine this, guys. All right, you're like kissing or whatever. You're doing whatever, and then bam, changes. Oh, I don't know.
Oh no.
I'm gonna say no just for that reason because I have bad luck and that's what would happen.
Or something worse. Let's not talk about it though.
No,
but imagine.
I think I know what you mean. Don't.
If it's a human form that we saw in Attack of Clones, yeah, I'm sure. But if it's like the when she dies in the end, no. Like I will.
No, I think you have to go with the human form because that's who she is. Unfortunately, that's what her body became because it was poisoned. But you have to go with who the character is, not what they become.
Sure. I would say that. Yeah, sure.
I'll pass for that one.
All right.
You'll pass.
Wow.
How do you feel, Imperial Academy?
I think I'd pass because she's a changeling. She can change her appearance. That could be dangerous.
That could be very. Imagine if she's like, I'm gonna see if he cheats on me, and she changes into like Kira or something.
Yeah, exactly. No. That could be dangerous.
Dude. That's not fair though. That's not fair.
You're done.
All right.
That's a good. Yeah, I guess I didn't think of that. That's. TG Shadow says she can't change her form and make your choice change. I don't understand what he means exactly. I don't. All right, I'm not too sure. I got another question coming in. Hold on a second. Can you guys answer this question? This is from MMA King. What happens to Obi-Wan lightsaber after he dies? Does Vader keep it or destroy it?
I have the answer for that.
I knew that. I knew he was going to say that.
It's unknown in canon, but in Legends, Vader took it and he took it off with him. We don't know where he took it, but he picked it up and walked off. But in canon, as far as we know, it was just left there on the floor. I assume Vader picked it up. I don't think Vader, because Vader might have collected it as a trophy or something like that. I don't think Vader would have just left it, but for now we don't know. That's the short answer.
Now, if you guys saw the SC-38 version, you will see that Vader takes the saber. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but at the end, he does take the saber, and then the door shuts on him, and you hear him say Kenobi, which I thought was very interesting. And I'm assuming that's what happens, and I'm assuming he just collects it.
Like, what is he just gonna throw in a trash compactor? Or like, I think he's gonna put it in like his castles and stuff. Like
Well,
make it a
when
frame.
when
for
Luke Skywalker lost his hand, Vader had that hand collected, and he kept Luke Skywalker's hand in a vault somewhere. So if he kept Luke Skywalker's hand, I've got no reason why to think he wouldn't keep Obi-Wan's
Why would he
lightsaber.
do that?
I've got no idea. But I've seen a picture of it. Basically, he's got Luke's hand in a jar, and he literally seals the jar, and then he puts it in a vault. And basically, yeah, on Cloud City, he gets a load of Ugnaughts to retrieve it for him, and then he just keeps it.
Wait, then why
there
did he
was
get
many
the lightsaber?
theories about that.
Yeah, the lightsaber.
There was many theories about all this that happened. Because the lightsaber, here's what I heard, and I don't know if this is true, and I don't know if this is canon or not. Basically, after that fight, Vader goes, the Ugnaughts or somebody, some scavenger collects all the stuff, right? They find the lightsaber. So his lightsaber is found. That's how Maz gets it, because everybody's like, how does Maz get the lightsaber? So basically, I heard that Lando comes back, and he comes back with some rebels to get Bespin, to reclaim Bespin. And in doing so, he goes to the Ugnaughts who have found the lightsaber. He collects the lightsaber, and he winds up going to Maz Kanata, who he gives it to Maz. Now, I don't know how true this all is. It was in Lego Star Wars. I did see it with Lego Star Wars. They have Lando there at her castle. So that was the rumor. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard about the lightsaber.
From what I know, you're pretty much right. I feel like what happens is when the hand and the lightsaber drop, they get separated. So that's how, because Vader manages to find the hand, but he can't find, and no one can find the lightsaber. And that's kind of how the story goes. So he has the hand, but he can't find the lightsaber.
Okay, yeah. Now, the other thing with the hand was there was speculation before we got what we got that Rey was a clone and that the hand was given to Palpatine, who created Rey, and that's how Rey was so powerful. And I was pretty close to what happened. It was pretty close to what happened. But the theory was that. Now, I don't know what happens from there. You're saying that Vader got the hand, so I'm a little like, wow, I didn't know that Vader collected. I thought it was Palpatine who kept it.
Well, Vader collected it. He showed it to his master, Palpatine, and Palpatine kind of said, you keep it. And then Vader took it to his vault and just kept it there.
Of course, we know through the video game, if you guys played the Battlefront 2, the single player mode, we know that Palpatine had a plan for everything. So when I die, this is going to be the plan, and that he collected many artifacts. That when the Jedis, when they took over the Jedi Temple, that he collected the artifacts, the Sith artifacts, like him and Luke were going around the galaxy collecting artifacts, trying to figure out, I guess, everything about the Jedi and the Sith and what happened before, to see if they could learn anything, to see if they could, and that's what they were doing, you know. And I guess along the way, hey, Trap Kelly, what's up? And I guess along the way, Luke got lost because of what happened with Ben. Of course, the story is very weird. There's so many questions with that. Okay. Well, I think this is pretty obvious, but I'm going to let you guys answer this question. Hold on. You just got to get it up. TG Shadow says, what happened to Vader's suit after it was burned in Return of the Jedi? We know the mask is burned, but Kylo Ren somehow has the mask, and they don't explain none of that. Does anybody?
I would say. I mean,
no, it's melted, dude. It's gone.
I don't think it's. I don't know because the mask is melted. So,
well, we don't have a definite answer. Obviously, we know Kylo Ren gets the helmet. Now, the way I'm thinking about it is Vader's helmet is made of a different material to the bodysuit. The bodysuit is like a leathery thing. So I'm thinking that bodysuit would just,
the helmet, you can just take off the body. The suit kind of is like stuck and melted to his body. I mean, you can't really take that off, especially if it's leather.
Wait, you think he took like the skulls and stuff of Vader, or?
Well, it depends. It depends on when he actually goes to get the helmet. If he gets the helmet 10 years down the line, we could see animals and stuff. Animals would have ripped the body apart. If he gets it a day down the line, it depends on what would have happened to the body. Because the body's sat in the middle of a forest, all the nature around it would mess around with the body. so it probably wouldn't be left in the same way when Kylo turns up.
Yeah,
Who knows?
probably
Maybe the
missing bones or
Ewoks
whatever.
took the bones or something.
Oh no!
Maybe.
Wait,
I mean,
what
maybe.
if Luke and Leia were eating the thing? What if that was Anakin?
It was confirmed that the Ewoks are eating dead stormtroopers at the end of Return of the Jedi. They are eating dead.
Yeah,
that
we
means
saw
Luke
the
and Leia
stormtrooper. We saw the stormtrooper bones, and then their helmets. They were like hitting the bones on the stormtrooper
brutal,
helmets.
Yeah, playing the drums.
It's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal when you think about it.
Yeah, that is. Wow.
These are great videos, by the way. Great questions, great videos for us to look into. I think this is awesome. So here's what I think. First of all, I think that I was always wondering, and I should have done a video about it, but how Kylo gets Vader's mask. Like, first off, because the last thing we see with Vader is Luke is burning the body. Now, why Luke doesn't keep the mask, I'm not too sure, because he took off the mask from his father's face. So then I was wondering, what did he put it back on? Like, I was a little confused about that. And how would he take it off anyway? Like, how would you finish taking off the whole thing? It'd be very complex, I would assume at this point. Even on The Empire Strikes Back, when you see Vader in the chamber, the mask gets just put on his head. But when we see him in Return of the Jedi, he's got this whole mouthpiece. It's like all connected, and I'm like wondering, like,
I think maybe they added some stuff after, like they modified it, because that was like 20 years after. So,
well, the way I think about it is that chamber that Vader's in, that chamber's designed to take his helmet off, where Luke just lifting his helmet off. Luke isn't designed to just take it off, so that's two different areas to take the helmet off. That could be why.
Could be. So because then I'm wondering, if you burnt the helmet and you burnt his body, now if you're taking the helmet, you're Kylo Ren, what about his head? Did you just take it off his head? I mean, it's
I think the main problem here is a story writing issue and a logical issue, because we know logically his skull would be melted into the helmet, but for the storyline, having the helmet serves a better purpose, so they kind of just rush over that point. I feel like that's the problem we're going to come across. We try to think an answer to this question.
And I think a lot of it. Oh wait, hold on. Mike put up a comment. I want to put this in here. Let me get it up there. Come on. Mike says the mask is a burden of the dark side. Now, I thought in the story the mask was because Palpatine was using the mask so Kylo would hear Darth Vader. He would hear his grandfather, so it would push him more to stay on the dark and keep doing, the things, because he wanted to be like his grandfather. Because he said all the voices you ever heard was me. So when you heard Snoop talking to you, that was me. When you heard Vader talking to you, that was me. So I think that the mask that he had got, Palpatine was just using it and doing Vader. So every time he would talk to his grandfather, and people thought, oh, is he crazy? He's talking to a mask. He's not a person. He would hear Vader's voice, and Vader's voice was really Palpatine's. So he was actually hearing Palpatine talk to him and influence him to keep him towards the dark. And that's what I got out of it. But you guys can let me know if I'm wrong about that.
Anybody?
Does that sound logical, or does that sound illogical?
It's pretty crazy. We're talking about a dead dude's mask, so
I think yes, you're true. It's got a point, but I feel like the other fact is, because, like you say, Kylo wants to be like his grandfather, it isn't necessarily Palpatine luring him to the mask. I feel like Kylo, in a way, is a bit like General Grievous. Grievous collected lightsabers. Kylo collects Darth Vader's belongings.
Right. The thing is, he kind of reminds me of that one kid that's like, oh man, I want to be like Vader because he's cool and stuff. He reminds me of one of those fanboys, like one of those those girls that like Justin Bieber and stuff, like that type of thing. Like,
they collect everything. They like,
annoying.
He dropped something, and then they collect it, and they put it in the thing.
I remember I was at a camp, and there was a girl. It was a camp. She put a Justin Bieber thing on the guys kind of like, what do we call it, like our cabins, and she put it on the door in the middle of the night. And when we woke up, all the boys just tore it down, freaking ripped it up and everything. But Kylo Ren was really annoying. Nobody likes that. Oh, there you go.
Well, in episode,
Oh,
wow. Okay, in episode
look at that
7,
6-pack, man.
definitely.
Rob's got the 6-pack going on.
Of course.
So TG Mike, he says the moves of the dark side are considered unnatural, like it's a drug. Yeah, see, that's how I feel. I feel. Hey, Jacob, how are you, man? Who's in the broadcast? The Imperial Academy and the Entertainment Crew. I mean, if you want to come on, I've been inviting everybody. You're more than welcome. That's up to you. Welcome to the stream, by the way. So yeah, I feel like that's exactly what it is. It's power. It's like today. What do we all care about? Money, right? Money. The more money you have, the more successful you are, the more luxuries you can buy, the more, prestige you have, right? It's about money. So here the dark side is about power. Who's the most powerful dark side is the ruler, So you want to be the most powerful you can be. And this is what they all did. So they all figured, if I collect things, if I collect the books, if I collect the lightsabers or whatever, this will make me more powerful. This will remind me, like every time I have any doubt about who I am or, what I need to do, I'll just look at this and I'll remember. It'll remind me of what they've gone through, and I have to carry on the legacy. I mean, again, that's how I interpret things. Doesn't mean it's correct, but I would assume that.
I agree. I just 100% agree. The way you put that was pretty much perfect, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a question from TG Shadow Gamer. I'm going to put it up here before I continue. He asks, it's a good one. Maybe you guys know this. Why do they burn dead Jedi? That's a good question.
They used to do that type of stuff back in the like I can't remember, like back in the older ages, they would burn, like in wars or something like that. They would burn the bodies and stuff. It's kind of like, I respect. It's kind of like how we bury bodies now, except back then, that's just the way things were.
I don't know.
And it's kind of like it was their way of doing funerals back then.
The way I saw it was the Jedi burn the bodies because it allows the soul to pass on into the Force. That's the way I would have looked at it.
I think it's more of like a ceremonial thing. Like it's like a symbolism, of them going to the Force, pretty much.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. It could be a mixture of both, actually.
Yeah, it could just be a normal thing because in the Clone Wars, when they have dead prisoners, instead of giving a normal burial, they send them to an incinerator. So maybe in the galaxy of Star Wars, burying people isn't a thing. Maybe you physically burn them. Maybe that's the way that it's done. Maybe they don't need to bury people.
Right.
Actually, Padme. I'm pretty sure you got Birdie, right? She was in a casket.
Maybe Padme might be an exception because each individual planet would have their own religions and ways. Maybe on Naboo, royalty would be buried because that's the way they do things.
Yeah, she was of high prestige on that planet, so it would make sense.
Yeah.
I suppose it comes down to your planet and what you believe in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mike has to go, but before while he's going, I'm going to put this up there. I was going to explain it to him, but he had to go, unfortunately. But we could talk about this topic.
They're not the same being, man. Trust me on that one.
Ray and Ben
that's
not
a thing. That's not a thing. All right.
No, it's not a thing. Okay.
What does that mean? They're the same being.
It's not a thing. All right, it's not. It's. I don't know what he's talking about there.
There was some theories going around saying like Ray and Ben are like the same person but different.
That would make it. That's
crazy.
Weird.
It's crazy.
Listen, man, the theories are saying it's getting so bad now because like there's nothing going on with Star Wars.
Yeah, people are going crazy now because of all these the drought of Star Wars.
Listen, there was a rumor yesterday. I'm going to blow your mind that there's going to be a female to play Boba Fett after we were told that Timo Morrison was playing Boba Fett. And then there was someone else, some other guy, I missed it, that said that he was going to play Boba Fett, which I was like, listen, if they're gonna have Boba Fett and Captain Rex in the same scene, then I kind of understand it doesn't matter who's in the mask, you're not gonna know anyway as long as they do. But it doesn't make sense for Boba Fett to be a female at this point because we know who Boba Fett is. He's not a female.
Here's the thing: males and
female.
females have like different body structure. So I think it'll be a little bit obvious if they do a female.
Dude, why can't you have a different guy of the kind of like same body physique? Oh, yeah, because we need women. We need more gender representation.
Here's the thing: I'm fine with them doing more female characters, but if they gotta make their own characters, not like take over the already established ones that we have.
Exactly.
So,
very true.
I agree. And then they said
and not have trash female characters like Rey. All right. Make it right. Make it good. Make it like Ahsoka and stuff like that. Padme and Leia.
I wouldn't say I didn't really like Padme as a character.
Or whatever. People did like her though. So I mean, she wasn't right.
Then the rumor was right. There was another rumor to this. The rumor also behind it was wait till you hear this one. But Boba escapes. Right, he gets out of the pit, but he doesn't survive because he's in the desert and he just can't find his way out. So he doesn't survive. Okay, and he dies. He dies in the sand. So the Jawas take his armor. They bury a body. They take his armor. And then Sabine Wren, I don't know how she gets involved somehow.
Oh.
This is why then Boba becomes female because Sabine Wren takes the armor. And some guy was like, no, that's stupid if they do that because she has her own armor. So why would she need him?
Why would she wear his armor?
No connection. Sabine and Boba?
That wouldn't make any sense because in Star Wars Rebels, Sabine literally says everyone's Mandalorian armor is unique to that person, and they forge it to their liking. That's literally
exactly. She loves her armor. She like paints it or whatever, does whatever crap she does to her armor. Why would she wear Boba's?
Yeah, because that literally just defeats the point of being a unique Mandalorian. So just taking someone else's Mandalorian armor is like, oh, that's mine now.
Exactly. And why is Sabine Wren here? What's she got to do with all this? Isn't she with like Ahsoka finding Ezra?
I think the Mandalorian series, if all these rumors are true, if Ahsoka's gonna be there, if freaking what's his name, the Mandalorian from Clone Wars,
Rex.
No, Mandalorian. I forgot her name. She has, like, this ginger hair.
Bo-Katan.
Oh, Bo-Katan. If she's gonna be there, Ahsoka, Rex, it's too much. That's too much. I don't think. It's gonna take the shine away from the Mandalorian.
Like a sequel to Rebels and Clone Wars, you know?
Yeah, it's just gonna be like taken over by all these other characters. That Mandalorian is not gonna be the spotlight anymore. So I feel like
Mandalorian was barely the spotlight in the first season because of the Baby Yoda, you know?
Yeah, true. So I think they probably should like dial down if they are planning on doing this. Dial down the like characters. Maybe Ahsoka is fine, or Boba if they're gonna have.
Yeah,
Boba.
But like Ahsoka, fine. We're bringing her in like 1 or 2 episodes, but not the whole show. Not the whole show.
Yeah.
She's such a big character and she has such a big fan base, and I bet everyone here likes Ahsoka. But this isn't about her. You know, we can have her in something else. You know, like a Star Wars Rebels sequel show. I made a video on that, by the way. Have that. Don't bring her into the Mandalorian show. That's not her thing.
Yeah, you don't want to take the Mandalorian show off the Mandalorian because then it's not Mandalorian, is it? It's just the Ahsoka show.
Yeah.
If they do want to do an Ahsoka show, I'm fine with that. But
yeah.
Don't make Mandalorian.
Yo, what's up, John Matrix?
Yeah, if you guys, John is a great guy. There's Lightsaber Addict, there's Arc 454, and John, and they all got great channels. Arc is a gamer who I know because I also do gaming, so I'm in the gaming community as well as the Star Wars. I venture to different communities, but John Matrix is a great guy. I've known him since I've been on. Yeah, so if you haven't checked out his channel, if you haven't checked out Lightsaber Addict, another good guy who's good with Star Wars stuff. I followed him. I did a question for creators with both their channels, by the way. If you guys want to see those videos, it's in my playlist. You can check them out. And Ark is also a great gamer, so I like him a lot. Very good guy. So if you want to check out Arc 454, you like gaming, check out any of those channels, man. They're good guys. They're really good guys. I've known them since I started.
What happened to your questions for creators? What happened to us? He's kind of like died out or whatever.
Well, what I'm doing is every year I try to do a little something different. So what I'm doing is, again, Eric Palpatine is basically a way to shout out channels, but doing it in a twist. So basically, I've had on Flipped Out, I've had on Multi-Minded Scotty, I've had Abu Nas, I've had Shaney Entertaining. So I'm shouting out channels, but I'm doing it in a unique and playful way that creates a little fun. So it's kind of like a long fan film, and if I put it all together, it could be a fan film, but I'm just doing it in video sections, and then I have just one whole playlist. So if you watch the playlist, you'll get the story. You know, basically what it is that's how I do it, and I'm trying to get as many creators as I can. But the problem is everybody's so busy. You know, I mean, and again, if you guys want in, great. I don't care who wants in. Any channel that wants in. I don't care if you're a gamer. I don't care if you do Star Wars entertainment. I don't care. I believe in the community. I don't care if you like The Last Jedi. I don't care if you don't. I'm not that person. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. And if you want to, I'll shout out your channel. If you want to play along and do a video and jump in and collaborate, great. That's why I do these live streams. I had John Matrix here. I had Rhodes Rancius. I've had you guys here multiple times. I had the Geek Blend. I've had Justin Proper, Entertainment Hacker. I've had a ton of people. Wards Board, the Guild Man. I've had a ton of people. You go through my live stream list, you'll see all the people that have been on here in the last 3 weeks. So it's a way of me bringing people in. People get to see you guys. People get to see other channels. And you know, it's just my way of giving the community. I can't watch every video. It's impossible. I'm subscribed to 852 channels. It is impossible for me to have my own life and try to watch everybody's channel. I can't do it. I would have to just sit in the couch all day and watch videos to let you know, hey, I love you. I can't do it. And when you got people who game, they're live streaming. So how can I watch 50 gamers? I can't. So the only way for me, I also had Tommy Juice and I had All About Nerd here. They're gamers. I'm going to have more gamers come live stream with me. This is how I shout out people. This is how I give love. It's a way of me saying, hey, I appreciate you. I like you guys. Put your channels in the chat. I always try, that goes for anybody. Like Lightsaber Addict, put your channel there. John Matrix, put your channel there. Elk, put your channel there. Go ahead. It's free advertising because there is no advertising on YouTube. So the only way you can get your name out there is this, collaborating. That's how you do it. And I want to check John, by the way, he gave me a $5 super chat, which is freaking awesome. And he said, what's up, Rob? I'm walking around my neighborhood getting exercise, and bam, your stream pops up. Dude, I can't. Thank you so much. You had me on your live stream. You've been to mine. I really appreciate it. I want to have you again. John's a great guy. If you don't know him, really good guy. You should check him out.
He makes some pretty good videos. I agree with a lot of his views that he brings up on his videos.
That's true. I agree. I like his stuff. So Zach has a question. I want to get him in there. And John, I really appreciate it, man. You didn't have to do that, and that's very nice of you. I mean, dude, you didn't have to do that, but thank you so much. So I just want to give him his props. And again, if him, Lightsaber Addict channel, anybody wants to drop your channel, go ahead. Feel free. Zach says, I wish Kathleen Kennedy was replaced by Dave Filoni. What is your thoughts on this, guys?
I said this in a previous stream, but I don't think Filoni has enough experience, and I don't think he can fit a leadership role like Kathleen Kennedy. But I feel like someone like Jon Favreau could do a better job with like Dave Filoni as like a creative director for stories and stuff. But I feel like Jon Favreau would probably be the best option Star Wars could.
I think Dave Filoni. I think he could pull it off. In my opinion, I disagree though. I think everyone has made some mistakes before, but the only way that you're gonna grow is if you do more of the same thing, and if you put him in that spot, I think that over time he's gonna get better and better and better. And you can say what you want about Rebels. He was the lead of that, and I thought it was decent. I thought that it's better than the sequels. I enjoyed it, and he was part of Clone Wars. Yes, it seemed more of like, has he been the leader spot for a lot? No, but I would be fine if he were a leader. I would rather have him than Kathleen Kennedy any day.
Yes,
any day.
of course.
Jon Favreau, you know what? Cool, but Marvel. He's focused on a lot of things at once right now.
The thing is, though, Marvel is going.
Listen,
I know it's not going up. It's just like
I realize that, but I don't think he should be in the lead of it because he's got a lot of things going on. Dave Filoni, though, he's been focused mainly on Star Wars throughout his whole time. So I think that he would be more suited than Jon Favreau would because he's got a lot of stuff going on with him. So that's what I think about it.
I don't think so. I disagree.
Well, I mean, to each his own, but that's what I think.
Like I said, Jon Favreau, I don't think Dave Filoni is not really experienced in terms of like live action.
Yeah, but
all he's done is animation.
He can get experienced.
I think he could fit the role if he worked as if he worked under Jon Favreau for a little bit.
Jon Favreau I don't think that he should just roll in here and take the spot of Star Wars just because he's Jon Favreau. I disagree. Dave Filoni has worked a hell of a lot. Listen, but Dave has worked a hell of a lot more than Jon Favreau has when it comes to the Star Wars franchise. All right.
Rob,
Jon Favreau hasn't.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Rob, what do you think?
Let's get Imperial Academy thoughts, and then I'll give mine. I like you guys to talk because you're my guests. I could always talk, So
I thought I'd let them two have it out a second there. Well, basically, I think Dave Filoni would be great, but I've been watching the Mandalorian behind the scenes videos they've been released on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And in an interview, he admitted he wouldn't feel confident doing something like that by himself because he hasn't had the experience yet. So if he had the experience and he had the time to learn and do these things, I don't see why he couldn't go there. But he said he's happy working with someone like Jon Favreau because Jon Favreau's from film and Dave Filoni's from like the knowledge side of things. They go quite well together. And I feel like the best way to run a company or like something like Star Wars is to have a group of people. Because if you have one person running the whole thing, you only get that one person's point of view. And as we know in Star Wars, there's a lot of different points of view to go around. So to have a group of people working on it would be the way to go in my opinion.
They could have like a council of people,
Yeah. Like literally call it council.
Here's who I think. If it's not Favreau in charge, I would put Feige. And first of all, look what a great, amazing job he's done with Marvel. Right? He's took Marvel to like the upper echelon, right? I mean, we get to Endgame, you were talking over $2 million, right? So I mean, he's done a fantastic job with Marvel. Every move, almost. I know there's a couple but almost every movie he puts out there is gold. It's great. You're into it. You love it. There's very few flaws about the movies. You could say, oh, this is cringy. You don't find it that way. I think if Feige has great vision, and I think that if his vision can be foreseen and he knows Star Wars, with Favreau and Filoni right with him, yeah, you're going to go somewhere. Because if anybody knows Star Wars, like, okay, since we're talking about videos, we didn't talk about one of mine. And one of my videos was Dave Filoni explaining the Duel of Fates. Now, I never knew that was what what was about. I didn't know it was a battle for Anakin. I thought it was just a cool lightsaber video. Oh, we got the Sith is rising and the Jedi are there to stop it. So Maul represents the Sith rising up again, and the Jedi represent we have to stop it. That's what Qui-Gon, that's what I thought it represented. I was totally wrong. It was about the battle of Anakin's fate and hell, the battle of almost the whole galaxy. It was about family. So when he explained it like he did, and if you see my video, you'll understand a lot more than me explaining this to you. I thought it was beautiful. I was like, and it wasn't only me. I could tell you, everybody's video who I've seen react to this has said the same thing. You could take Star Wars Theory, who's one of the top echelon of Star Wars of all of us. Okay, he's like the leader of all of us. Yeah, he's the top. So if you took him, he was like, I didn't know that. So he didn't know it. I didn't know it. There's multiple people who saw this video said, I never knew that. None of us did. I don't think any of us grasped. Just let me tell you, this is what's so amazing. This is why people say, oh, it's just a movie about wizards and swords. No, you jackass. No, it is not. That is the worst comment ever. Then you know nothing. You know absolutely zero. What this is, and Lightsaber Addict did a video on it, and other people have done video on it. When this movie came out, it wasn't just a movie to people. It was something that changed their life. They were going through horrible times. They had, like, one guy, Rhodes Rance, was very sick. He couldn't go out. He couldn't see his friends. He was a young kid. And this gave him a feeling like, wow, this is like, I never felt this way before. Excitement and joy and a whole universe. And it just kept going and growing. And a whole community started coming in. And it was beautiful. And this helped people get away from life's troubles. Lightsaber Addict, who again did a question for creators on my channel, he was saying he lost his child and how this helped him get through it. People don't realize how powerful this franchise is, because this is not just one movie and you walk away and say, oh, that's a good movie. That's a great movie. This is 40 years in the making. That's why people fight about it. That's why people I love the Secret Trilogy. I hate the Secret Trilogy. I love the prequels. I hate the prequels. I love the OT. Oh, the OT suck. The reason why so many people are into this, the reason why is because it's become a family when people don't have one. It's become an escape when people have been going through hell in their lives. It's 40 years. So it means so much to so many. And the people who've never seen it don't get it. They don't get it. And you won't get it until you become a part of the community. And the reason why Twitter blows up and everybody says, oh, I'm Phantom Menace. I'm not the Phantom Menace. I hate this. I hate that. Blah, 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 blah. I hate Rey. I don't hate Rey. I hate The Last Jedi. I hate the prequels. The prequels suck. The reason why is because everybody grew up at a certain time. And everybody went to the movie at a certain time. What's the first movie you saw? Oh, it was The Phantom Menace. Oh, it was The Empire Strikes Back. Oh, it was The Force Awakens. Yeah, so everybody's going to have their memories. This is my movie. This is my time. It's 4 generations. This wasn't put out at the same time. So people are so passionate about it. And people say, oh, you guys are geeking. No, you don't get it. You're passionate about your football team, right? You're willing to go. You get drunk about a football team, which you don't get paid for. You get drunk. You start fighting with other people who like another football team. Why? I could look at it as you're a jackass. You're stupid. You just got arrested for what? A football team? Don't you have a job? Don't you have a family? What are you thinking about? But you know why? It's passion. It's a love of something. It gets you away from your bills. It gets you away from death. It gets you away from this negativity that's going on outside today. That's what it's about. It's right. A beautiful, beautiful community.
It's about the community. It's about what people like. It's not. I get what you're saying. It's not about they're just the two people fighting with some swords. It's about the community. It's about, the movies, the characters, people get invested in it. Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. It's more. The franchise is a lot more than just a franchise to people. I get it.
Yeah. First of all, I did YouTube because of it. But because of YouTube, some people see this as a business. I don't. I see this as having fun, and if I make lunch money, then that's wonderful. But I see this more of a friendship. I mean, I've met Imperial Academy. I met you guys. I met other people through this community because of the passion and the love for a movie. Is it sad what's going on today with the franchise? I'm not even going to talk about what's going on outside at this very moment, because that's atrocious what's going on out here. It's horrible to see this crap going on. That we've been through 2 months of staying indoors because of people have died, and now to see an innocent guy die the way brutally, it was atrocious. And it's just all this hate, all this anger, all this animosity, all this depression. It's sad, man. People unemployed, people losing jobs. It's sad. It's sad. And it's something like this that gets you away from all the negative you're thinking about. I mean, I've had people die. It happens. I've had a person, my best friend, killed himself because of things he was going through in his life I didn't know about. So many people loved him. There was car after car after car. People loved him. It's just life. Pick Robin Williams, right? Guy had everything. It gets you away from that. It keeps you sane. It keeps you. It's just whether it's sports, whether it's a movie, whether it's people watch TV, whether it's reality TV, you're doing something to get you away from your life because you just need that time. And I love this community. I love the people I met. Sure, there's some bad apples. It happens, but you can't let the bad apple ruin it for the whole tree. So I wouldn't have met Imperial Academy if it wasn't for this. I wouldn't have met you guys if it wasn't for this. I wouldn't have met John Matrix. I wouldn't have met TG Shadow. I wouldn't have met MM King. I wouldn't have met Justin Proper. I wouldn't have met all the people came in today in the chat. I wouldn't have met them. I wouldn't have met over 1,100 people in my community, and hopefully it keeps growing, because my goal was to embrace the Star Wars community. And there's so many other people. I can go on. I can give you a list of channels that I follow, that I talk to, that I message. It's so many. I'll be here for the next hour. I don't want to bore you, but that's how many people I try to communicate with, watch, even if it's 5 minutes of their live stream, just to say, hey man, how you doing? It's a gamer, like a guy named Taco, who no one knows, but I know because he's a gamer. I see him, good guy, funny name, good guy. It's so many people like that. Epic, Trap Kelly. I could go on and on, Ark, and I go on with the amount of people I try to follow and just stop by and say hi and how you, and I use my catchphrase, like the stream, save the dream, because I can't, listen, even though I can't invite you all to Thanksgiving dinner, sure, if I had $1 billion company, I'd say, hey guys, I'll fly you in, come for Thanksgiving, we'll all have Thanksgiving together, don't worry, I got all the food, everything, all you have to do is show up. I would love to do that. That'd be my ultimate dream. Have everybody there, family, friends, everybody having a great time. But I can't do that, So this is my way of just saying we're a great community. We have a lot of love. We have a lot of passion. We disagree. And I feel it's okay to disagree as long as you don't threaten. There's no violence involved. We could agree, like you guys, you agree to disagree on a topic, and you're the same channel. You're the same channel.
Yep.
But you know what's beautiful about that? You agreed to disagree. Awesome. That's a very civil way to do it. Luke says, I think this person should be, you think that, let's let it die. We're gonna argue all day. So let's let it live. This is my opinion, this is yours. I value it, I respect you, and that's cool. Great. That's what it should be. We have a great community. There's no need for violence and threatening and all that stuff. We could just agree to disagree. You like The Last Jedi? I don't like it. That's it.
Let's make Rob the papa of the Star Wars fan base.
Yeah. But let me get back to the chat. So MMA King says, I'm going to put this up. He says, what are your thoughts on, I'm going to say this guy, Tiki Weedy directing Star Wars? What do you guys have any thoughts about that?
First off, what kind of name is that? Just saying.
I think he's like
I'm gonna tell you, if you know IG-11, he played IG-11. He also directed a couple of episodes in The Mandalorian, just to let you know.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't, well, I'll get. Here's the thing: I support it for now, but it's only because
wait. Taki with titties? What the hell?
No, Taika like TD.
Yeah, with TD, and if you look him up, you'll see.
He did Thor Ragnarok. He made Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Oh, I liked that movie.
I hope he does well. Right now, I think it's good, but only because I'm trying to I want to see how he does, and maybe he should make more story movies. I don't know, but I think they should be showing more transparency here, because they're not saying anything about the future movies they're going to be making. They're not saying anything.
All we hear about are shows.
Yeah, zero, nothing about the movies, nothing. It's kind of making Star Wars a little bit stale, to be honest. We have no news. It's all just shows. So I think they should probably come out with something like a reveal or something soon about one of the movies.
Wait,
I heard they're making 3 or something, but
hey, Chad, I just noticed. Why do you have a dirty basket right there?
It's not dirty. It's actually clean.
What is that? What is that?
It's clean basket.
There's some socks in there and stuff.
Yeah, I know. It's clothes.
I
was hoping you would notice that. I put it in the bottom next time, actually.
ESW. MMA King put a question. We missed it. It's back up there, but I can read it out here. It says, what came first, blasters or lightsabers? And what was the original alternative to lightsabers before they were made?
Well, I think blasters came first because, you know, before Jedi and Sith even knew that they had that power, they had to learn their power. They had to learn their craft. I think that the first person who could defend themselves, probably normal, average, everyday person, had a blaster, you know, because you had to have an army, right? You had to create.
In Legends,
you know.
In Legends, before lightsabers were invented, Jedi and Sith actually used swords. They used swords and they put enchantments, like magical enchantments, on their swords. But that is Legends, so I don't.
Then they have vibro blades, like I played the Old Republic, Star Wars: Old Republic, the PC game. I played it, and they had like before you get Jedi, before you become a Jedi Knight, you get these like sword-looking things with the laser kind of thing. Yeah.
It's a bit like the weapon Dryden Voss uses in Solo of Star Wars.
Yeah, that's probably what they had.
Okay. Question now. Like I said, we talked about Dave Filoni in my video, so now I'm going to jump back to one of Imperial Academy's videos. He did a Thor video. So, which movie do you think was the best of Thor, Imperial Academy, and why?
I will say Ragnarok, because Ragnarok. The reason why I say Ragnarok is because it has some good comedy in there that I like, but it also intertwined other characters from the big characters from the MCU, which I quite liked. That's probably why I like.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna. Yeah. This is funny. Horny Redguard. I'm gonna put it. He says he also did. He's the funny guy, man. He's so funny. He said he did Thor Ragnarok. Tiki Watwitty.
Wow, very, very nice.
So that movie that you just
said. Here's the thing with the Thor movies. We basically got 2 garbage cans and then a piece of cake. All right.
No, I don't think the first one's a garbage can.
Well, yeah, probably not. But I think the third, the third one is definitely the best out of all of them, though.
The second one had Padme in it, so I'm a lot. So
I mean, listen, man, Padme is the only redeeming quality of that movie.
Yeah, true. But I would agree with you. Thor 3 is definitely probably the.
Yeah, it does lose a little bit of value though, because Padme is not on that one though. Kind of disappointed.
I like Thor: The Dark World because it's one of the only Marvel movies that actually comes to England and the UK to do some scenes. Most Marvel movies are set in the States, which is always a thing. So that's one reason I like The Dark World.
Okay. Didn't they go to London in the Spider-Man thing?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Only a couple Marvel movies, like, because I saw a funny picture once and it said, "How does the MCU see the planet?" And it's actually just America. That's it. Because all the Marvel movies seem to happen in America. None of them really, only for a few exceptions in other countries.
Yeah.
Right.
So which movie? Now that you know he directed it, which movie do you feel is the best Thor overall, guys? Which one?
The third.
The third one. Yeah. Imperial Academy.
Ragnarok.
Yeah. So then now you know when you were asking who he was, now keep that in mind with the next Star Wars movie that he made that movie that you thought was the best Star movie. Keep that in mind.
It wasn't really hard. It's not really, but it's not really hard to beat the other two, so.
Okay, I'm just saying, you know. Zach wants to know, Sam Witter as a voice actor, he's the one who did Darth Maul. Yeah. So what do you think about him, basically?
He's good. It's good.
I just saw a clip of him doing that Kenobi thing with everybody loves Kenobi. You see his face, like, man, he's so into it. I was like, what? Yeah. It was pretty cool. I think he's great. He said something which he got. I don't know if you guys were aware of this because you're into this is political stuff. He was saying that like he thought The Last Jedi was, I guess the best way to express it was like the guy didn't know, he didn't know what he was talking about. Then he tried to retract his statements after people started posting it and putting it out there. And I was like, yeah, it's too late, man. You already said what you said.
That's stupid. That's stupid. He should not he said it. So like, why is he trying to retract? He probably still believes it.
Man. Don't back down now. You're already in it.
Backing down. I don't know what exactly he said though, but Padme is going to play Thor. Oh yeah. I'm excited for
Yeah. So now,
I'm
what are
watching
your
that.
guys' thoughts on that?
We got Padme again, and you know what? That's always a good thing. Natalie Portman, man.
Yeah. Do you like that idea? Do you like the fact that she's going to, I guess, become Thor? What do you guys? I mean, I know this is a comic book or something.
Yeah, it fits in the story because I actually want. I don't know if Thor. I hope Thor joins the Guardians. That'd be nice. I think.
One thing though is what happened in Thor 3. Natalie Portman and Thor broke up.
Yeah.
And the third one. So what's gonna happen in the fourth? Whether they get back together? I don't understand.
No, I don't think it's gonna happen.
The only reason they broke up in the third one is because behind the scenes, Natalie Portman had a falling out with a director in Dark World, so she quit and left.
Oh wow!
So that's why they had to write in the broken up storyline, because originally she was probably going to be there.
Yeah.
So what? She's just gonna come back? Oh yeah, let's get back together, or what?
Well, my question is, because I made a Thor video, how Thor got his powers, and it kind of explains that Thor becomes the God of Thunder as he becomes worthy. So are they saying there can be more than one person that's worthy at one given time? Can Thor be multiple people? Is that what they're saying? Can there be like an army of Thors?
Wait, only like super hot models can become worthy?
Ah, right. Okay. I'm not that. I don't fit in that category. Then I really don't fit in that category.
Yeah, because dude, freaking Thor, you know, the 6-pack god, man, and then we got Natalie Portman, really hot, cute and stuff, and then the average people just can't, and then you know, freaking average people can't lift it. You know, what is this? You know.
My question is, in Thor Ragnarok, where was Lady Sif? Lady Sif was in all the other Thor movies. Where was she in Thor Ragnarok?
I think she's probably like doing her own mission. Probably, I would say. I heard something about it. Pretty sure she was on another planet or something.
Hey, at least she didn't die. I mean, all the other ones did.
I felt sorry for them, to be honest, though, because they literally die in seconds on the screen.
Yeah. And they were in the other ones, so they were so big of characters in the other ones, and then bam, like.
Well, they tried to make them big, but they were like.
Well, for the Thor movies, they were big characters. They did a lot of powerful things. Like in the first Thor movie, they literally go across the galaxy just to rescue Thor.
That was awesome. I love that scene from a first.
And then in the third movie, they just die instantly. It's like, I'm dead now.
Yeah, they should have had better skills than that. I get that they're trying to make the villain really powerful, but still, like, it kind of overshadows the rest, the side characters.
Here's a question then for you. Do you think Hela was too powerful? Do you think she should have been powerful enough to literally obliterate the Asgardian army like on the spot? Do you think that's too powerful?
I think she was a little bit. I think that was what they were trying to go for in the first place.
Who do you think would win? Hela or Thanos without the glove?
I say Hela.
Yeah, actually, I would say. Because why didn't she try to get the stones?
She could literally just send the shard thing straight at Thanos. Thanos would be dead in seconds.
Yeah, I don't know, man. She could have got the stones and like all of it. She could have been like, I mean, her goal was not to snap away half the universe, but still, she could have been really powerful.
I think
that could have been an interesting twist. That could have been a twist.
I think if Thanos just had one Infinity Stone, though, I think that he could win against her, though.
Yeah, if he had like the Power Stone or something, but if it's like an actual, like legitimate 1v1 between them, I feel like Hela would probably beat him in like seconds.
Well, for a legitimate one-on-one, wouldn't she not be able to use her powers either? Then, if he can't,
Thanos doesn't really have powers. Well, he does, but he's strong, he's big.
Yeah, but Hela was born as a god. Hela is a god, so she has powers.
A goddess, you mean?
A goddess, then. Jesus.
Yeah. You can't offend those feminists out there.
Who would you think would?
I wanted to get to this because you guys did a video on this, and this was the next thing I was going to bring up. By the way, the Entertainment Crew did a video, in case you didn't know, Shadow Gamer. It was what if Anakin and Obi-Wan went with Ahsoka to Mandalore. So this is kind of on the same wavelength of their what if video. And what do you think? Who do you think would win, Anakin or Maul? I'm going to let you guys answer, and I'll give mine.
Anakin for 100% sure on Anakin.
Yes. In my theory, because I made it, I did the clip in there of Ahsoka kind of talking about, listen, man, if Anakin were here, you wouldn't be standing a chance. And
Yeah.
you know what? She is right, because Ahsoka is I'd say in season 7, Ahsoka is she's really powerful. She's probably the most powerful she's ever been in the Clone Wars. And she already knows that Anakin could easily beat Ahsoka, because Ahsoka is very powerful. So if she's on a toe to toe with Maul, Anakin, I don't think it would take much for Anakin to get an edge.
I feel like it'd be like seconds. He'd be dead in seconds.
I don't think it'd be seconds.
I think it would be seconds.
I think it would be, how Dooku and Anakin fought. I think it would be that, but a little bit shorter.
Here's the thing: Dooku was one of the best duelists. He was one of the best. Maul, I don't think it's at that level.
I think it would be less than that. It'd be like that fight didn't last too long, but I feel like it'd be less than that. Like
it'd be 30 seconds tops for Maul. 30 seconds tops. It could be less than that. Because Anakin was super powerful towards the end of Revenge of the Sith.
I disagree, because you gotta remember, Obi-Wan and Anakin were toe to toe the whole time, and Maul and Obi-Wan are kind of on even grounds with the fighting with the lightsaber.
Well, also the different forms go into this. There's different forms of lightsaber. Obi-Wan's more defensive, so that's probably why he got to go toe to toe with Anakin, because he was more defensive. He was really good at defense.
Maul is Form 7. What is
Maul
that?
Is Form 7. So if it's too aggressive stuff, I feel like it's going to end a little bit faster. So
maybe so.
The question is that I'm thinking is, would Anakin be going there to kill Maul, or would he be going there to capture Maul like Ahsoka would? Because the only reason he killed Dooku...
I had him capture Maul in the theory. I had him capture him.
The only reason he killed Dooku was because kind of Palpatine pushed him over the edge in that moment. So I feel like he would have gone there to capture like Ahsoka. So I don't think Maul would have been taken down, yes, but I don't think he would have...
Well, we all know Anakin. He's kind of... especially at that point, he was kind of like a little bit a dark side,
Right.
So I think it's probably, there's a likelihood that he might kill Maul as well. But I would say
I made him capture him though, because there's really no reason. If it's Anakin versus someone one-on-one, and they're telling him to capture Maul, I don't see any reason for him to kill him, because Palpatine wasn't there. His friends weren't in threat. If it's a 1v1, he would just capture him. That's what I went with.
I feel like I feel like it'd end really quickly. Like he just get his lightsaber, because his lightsaber and
I think it would go a bit longer than what you're making it out to be, but I do think it would be kind of, Anakin would definitely win that one.
All right.
Imperial Academy, what do you think?
I definitely think Anakin would be on a more capture. I feel like, thing is, the way I would look at it is, what are the chances of Anakin going alone? Would he have brought Obi-Wan with him? Because I feel like that's quite a high probability.
Yeah, I made that in the theory, and then Maul brought in the he brought in the Mandalore troopers, and they kind of got separated to where it was only Anakin and Maul, Obi-Wan and Ahsoka.
Okay. Yeah, but I feel like Obi-Wan would go to Coruscant, because he was really into that. He's like, oh, we got to go to Coruscant for sure. So I feel like they would split up. Like Anakin would go to Mandalore, Obi-Wan to Coruscant. Maybe he'd go with Windu to save to get freaking the Chancellor. So yeah, I feel like I don't think Obi-Wan would go to Mandalore, to be honest. I feel like it'd just be Anakin.
I feel like if Anakin had the choice, I felt like he would have gone to Coruscant, because we know Anakin had good relationships with the Chancellor, and if he knows the Chancellor's been captured, I feel like Anakin would be like, I want to go save the person that I care about, over capturing Maul. I feel like that's what.
Okay, well, so he's just gonna leave Ahsoka to it. I don't know. I just feel like
that is what happened, though. That's what happened. But this is what if. So what if he did go and he? Okay, I don't feel like Obi-Wan would go with him, because he was very adamant. Like, oh, we shouldn't go to Mandalore to help him out. So I feel like Obi-Wan would go with Windu to go save the Chancellor. And in that case, actually, a lot would happen. A lot would change. Would Windu kill Count Dooku, or would he not? What do you guys think on that?
Would
I don't
Maul
know.
kill Count Dooku? Ooh.
Yeah, would he kill him?
I don't know, because the thing is, Darth Maul never really 100% finished training because he got a lot of his training done, but then he was killed before Palpatine thought he was going to be killed.
I meant, would Windu kill Count Dooku if he was like if he was like
Windu killed Count Dooku, right? Okay. Hard one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like Mace Windu would go, because obviously he uses dark side abilities. I feel like Mace Windu would go full force, and because Dooku's such a good duelist, I feel like Dooku would manage to like overcome his aggressive attack and take him down potentially.
So you think, okay. I feel like Windu. I think Windu would probably kill him, but I don't think he'd be like Anakin, where he would just disarm him. I feel like he would kill him.
Wow, we're bringing Windu into this now.
While going all out, while going all out, he'd probably just kill him like really fast out of a lightsaber attack instead of like having him on the ground kneeling. Yeah.
Okay, so good.
No, it's okay. I can't honestly. I can't think of really where to go with it. So carry on.
Okay, well, I was gonna say for me, if my wife says hi, hello, baby. So for me, if that was you, that was my daughter. She's right on. Hi, Maya. So if it was Maul and it came down to Maul and Dooku, I don't even know how we went on that tangent, but if it was Maul and Mason and if it was Mason Dooku, Mace didn't hold back against Palpatine. I don't know what would make me think that he would not want to try to kill Dooku either. He'd probably say, "Oh, Dooku's too powerful. He owns this. He controls that." And that, again, that comes back to our last argument: was Mace evil? And that was. I don't want to get back into that again because we'll be here for another 2 hours. But so I don't think. I think Mace would have just ended Dooku's life. I don't see him.
Yeah.
Maul's a different story. Because look, Mace, when he fought Jango Fett, he killed him, right? Killed him. Boom, 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 killed him. You know, he was looking to kill Palpatine. I don't see Mace, doing anything but killing people.
Where did Shag?
And I don't agree with it. I don't agree with what he was doing. But the 2 times we see him fight is the 2 times he's killing somebody.
The way I look at it is Dooku and Mace would have been around when Dooku was a Jedi. So potentially, could he have spared Dooku because they were once Jedi friends? Maybe that might play a factor into it. Maybe that's why Mace Windu's so grouchy. One of his best friends, Count Dooku, quit the Order and fell to the dark side. We don't know.
Okay, this is the Imperial Academy's channel. If you want to check it out,
Rob, the chat's going crazy. You should check it out.
It's going crazy.
Yeah.
I saw what you wrote. I saw what you wrote, which was funny, and I saw what my daughter wrote, which was funny. Oh my god! Yeah, my daughter wrote that, and I see. Oh, this is a good question, which I missed above. I'm going to share this one with you guys. MMA King, I'll just say it before I post it. What are all your dream Star Wars films? That's a great question. We have very sexy guys here today. So what do you guys think? If you could make, okay, I'll go to this. If you guys could make the next Star Wars trilogy or next Star Wars film, what would you do?
Entertainment Crew, do you want to go first?
Huh?
And does Entertainment Crew want to go first?
You can go.
Yeah, you could go first this time. How about that?
What's up?
Where were you, man? You look like you just.
I'm trying to set up my the VR thing. So
he's doing the laundry. You notice the basket is now gone, so he's doing the laundry. That's what happened.
No.
Oh yeah.
Imperial Academy. What would you do if you're in charge? You're the guy.
Chad, look at the chat.
So, if I could do a trilogy, if I did a trilogy, I'd set it back in the Old Republic, and I'd bring in like old Legends characters that we know, and I'd do an Old trilogy, Old Republic trilogy, all the old Jedi, all the old wars, Sith wars, all that. If I did a standalone film, I think I said it before, I'd do the horror version I was always thought of about the Star Wars zombies. So like the Empire brings back dead stormtroopers, and like a zombie outbreak happens on a Star Destroyer. I feel like that can make a good standalone horror Star Wars film. That might be quite cool. Those are what I do. But obviously that might be different to everyone else.
Crew, it's up to you. If you want to say something or you want me to go, it's up to you. I guess they're busy. I have no idea. Okay. With that being said, I guess I'll go. I agree with you, actually. I think that the way to save this franchise at this moment is the EU. And there's so much to tell there. There's so many interesting characters. You can go way back in time. There's plenty of books. There's plenty to go on. It's when Kathleen Kennedy says, "Oh, we have nothing." I'm sorry. If I go when everything opens up again, I go to Barnes and Noble. There is plenty of me that I could find as a Star Wars, and I'm not in the production company or anything. I'm not hired by Lucasfilm. If I could find books on the EU, so can you. I mean, that's such a lie. So. There's plenty there. There's plenty of great characters, dark characters. There's so much to tell, and the fans want it. And I think if you really want to make some bread, you really want to bring in the dough, you really want to make $2 billion a movie, that's what you do. I mean, that's if I'm in charge, that I'm going with the Imperial Academy. I'm going with the EU. That's
I would go. I would if I was in charge. I'd make like
I agree.
A movie on like the Yuuzhan Vong, like they're invading the place, and maybe the Thrawn the species, the Chiss ascendancy. Like maybe I'll make a movie on them, make a trilogy, then make a Old Republic too. So I don't know. There's a lot. They have a lot of material. They have a lot. So I don't know why they keep doing, well, especially for the sequels, they keep just like remaking the OG when they could just do something new. I do like I haven't heard many people really have positive reviews on this, but I like the idea of like in the what do you call it? They're making the High Republic. I kind of like they're having like a new bad guy, like they call him a space Vikings or something. I kind of like it because it is something new. At least they're not like remaking the same old like trope of stormtroopers again. Like at least they're trying to do something new. But I hope they push that in more interesting, because right now it doesn't really seem like it has a lot of depth. But I hope they kind of go with that.
Right. Hey Rob, by the way, oh yeah, you go.
I think just quickly, the one problem with the High Republic kind of idea is because they're only making books. I feel the problem is not everyone's going to see those books, so all those stories could go to waste because not every Star Wars fan reads the books. I feel like later on, if the books do well, they could maybe make a TV show backing up the books to give people a visual representation of what it was like.
Yeah.
Right. Hey Rob, I gotta say, you have to tell them the story about that. You were saying on the live stream with the cop and what happened, and you hid behind the tree and stuff.
Oh, my story. Oh, okay.
That was so funny. I was cracking up. You got to tell them about that one.
Okay, so we got into a conversation about what was going on with first off, with the whole situation outside with the with the George Floyd, and so I had an experience when I was 19, and at the time there was nothing going on like this at all. Right. I was just coming home. It was like 2 a.m. No one was out. I was just walking home, mind my own business. I had a hood on. It was cold. So a car comes out of nowhere. I mean, out of nowhere, screeching like. Aah! I'm like, what the hell's going on here? 2 guys jump out with guns, and I'm sitting there like I'm about to get shot, and I don't know why, and I don't know what's going on, and I'm scared out of my life. So I run behind here's a huge tree. So my first thought is run behind the tree, and then I'm thinking, okay, you know what? I'm going to cut behind the cars. Because there's cars, so I can duck. It's dark, so I'll duck behind the cars, jump into the backyards, and I'll get home using the backyards. I don't know who this is, so I'm really scared. I'm trying to think, how am I going to get out of here? What am I going to do? I don't want to get shot and killed. I don't know why. Then they identify themselves as cops. They say, "Hey, hold on, we're police. Hold on, freeze." And I'm like, oh my God, man, scared the hell out of me. So I come out and I'm like, okay, hey, don't want any problems. Don't want any problems. He said, come here. Okay, come over. They said, where are you coming home from? I said, my girl's house. I'm just walking home. I don't have a car. I don't have money like that. I'm just walking home. It's a mile walk, so I walk home. Okay. So they said, well, we want to check your pockets. You empty your pockets? I said, sure. I pulled my wallet, my keys, whatever, all that stuff. He goes, what's in your top pocket? Which I forgot. I had a pocket up here, and I was like, oh crap. Now I never keep anything in there, but this is the one time I did. So what's in there? It's a condom. And I forgot about it.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh yeah, here you go. So I swear to God, there's an older guy and there's a younger cop, and there's an older cop. He's got gray hair. So he looks at it. He's like this. What is this, son? I want to know what this is. Is this some kind of drug? Is that what you're doing? Are you doing drugs? Is that what you're doing? I'm like what? Wait, this is a drug? Is this, I don't know. Where did you put this? Who gave this to you? So then the other cop, who's younger, like a little bit older than me, goes, Sarge, just like this, I swear, Sarge, it's a condom. It's used for safe sex.
Wow.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, I want to laugh as hard as I can, but I also don't want to disrespect the guy because obviously he hasn't had any in a very long time. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna shut my mouth here. I'm going to just shut up. I'm trying not to laugh because it's so funny. And he looks at it, he goes, okay. And he puts it right back in my pocket, goes like this, and he goes, you keep on practicing, son. You keep practicing.
Wow. Wow.
And then they let me go and they told me what happened. Basically, I fit the description of a. Okay, I'll check in a minute. I fit the description of an armed robber because he had a hood on and they just had a robbery in the area. So he thought that I was perhaps that robber. And I was like, dude, the next time, could you do anyone a favor? Please identify yourselves by flipping your badges before you pull your guns out. Because had you done that, I wouldn't have been so scared and trying to run away. But you didn't identify yourself. Now let's say, God forbid they had shot me. Their defense would have been, and at that time there was no body cams. Their defense would have been, I was resisting arrest, which if you don't identify yourself, how do I know who you are?
They probably should. They usually these days they yelp like police. So
right.
Wait,
they should have done that.
ESW. When is the car like an undercover car? There are no like tags or anything on it?
Yes. No, it didn't say police. Nothing. It was totally undercover.
Well, they didn't even, because most of the undercover cars they have the police lights. They didn't even flick the lights on when they pulled up.
No.
What? That's just why would they do that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So imagine. So that's when people talk about the situation that's going on now, obviously these people have never gone through an experience like I have. So I totally, and when I saw the video, by the way, I don't want to get into this, but totally wrong for what happened. And this is not the first. This is not like the 10th time. And let's go over a white on white. Okay. How about in Canada on May 4th, when that woman was dressed as a stormtrooper to promote business, and they took her she put the weapon in front of her, put her hands up in the air, they cuffed her, and he puts her head to the ground, and she's bleeding.
That's cruel, man.
Yes, there are some that do abuse their power, and they are entirely wrong for doing it. And yeah, I understand what's going on, and I get it. I just think there's a way to do it. Like if you like in New Jersey, they did it right. There was a guy who had a bat who was about to bash a store, and they all jumped in front of him and they said, "Don't do it. It's our community." This guy didn't do anything. So the guy stopped, and you know what they did? They all hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of people got in the street and just marched. And that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
If you have to, you go to City Hall. You go to, if you really have to, you go to their house. Right. I swear to God, because that's what that's what my group was doing. My group, who's protesting, we were fighting for our job. We were fighting for a contract. We said, you know what? It's been a year. If you're not going to do what we got to be done, we're going to fight. So what we did was we advertised in newspapers, on the radio. We got this gigantic rat, huge rat. We put it in front of the offices. People were embarrassed. We were there at lunchtime. We were going to their houses. We found out their addresses. We said, you know what? There's 1,000 of us. We're going to go to your house at 10 at night, and we're going to protest right outside your door. Guess what happened? The minute we were going to plan it, getting buses and going to do it, they came to the table to talk with us. That's how you protest. That's how you get the word out. You make advertisements. You put in newspapers. You put it on TV. You put it on radio. You march in the streets. That's how you do it. It could be done without hurting anybody. It could be done civilized. And you can get your message across. And if you have to do it 5 days, 10 days, for a year, 2 years, 3, keep doing it till you get the message across. Right. We're not going to take this anymore.
These rights are absolutely ridiculous.
It happened to me. Look, I'm a white guy. It happened to me. I was almost shot. I could have been shot. There was nothing on the car to identify. They did not identify. I could have been shot that night. And they would have said, well, I was resisting. Resisting what? I did nothing wrong. I did absolutely zero. I had no criminal record. I had no drugs on me.
Yeah.
I didn't do alcohol. I did zero.
It's a good thing that those were like more restrained cops that you encountered.
Right, and you know the thing is with these whole rights, now people are like where I am. I had a curfew. They put a curfew on the thing. Had to stay inside because of the cities are being destroyed and wrecked, and I saw these videos of people getting beat up. They can do it in a better, more civilized way. I don't see what they even do now. The guy got arrested.
They're not proving anything by.
You know they pretty
much burned half of Minneapolis to the ground. So right. It's not really proving anything.
They're acting like animals, and for what? I mean, I get it. The guy was already arrested. I mean, you know what I mean?
Well, not only that, I think it was also fine, and I think the other officers were also, if I understood correctly, they were also being charged, and you know they lost their jobs. So, you know, there's just a way to do things. You know, like Martin Luther King, look at his history, right? Did he have people going into stores stealing stuff? No, he got tons. How about Al Sharpton, another guy, right? These guys fought and they did the right thing and they protested, but they got the word out, man. He was on the radio, you know, he's on TV. It was known, man. And it forced politicians to say, okay, look, hey, what do we need to do here? Why do you think the body cams came? Because they kept going after them. They kept protesting. They had every right to do it. If they did this for a month and marched in the streets, and as long as they didn't burn the communities down, I'm all for it. Do it. If you had to come out every day, you march up and down the streets and just chanting, you know, I can't breathe or what. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. After what, enough's enough, man. Enough's enough. When a guy is sitting there for 8 minutes and you're pushing on his neck, I'm sorry, man. The guy screaming, I can't breathe. I saw the video. I can't breathe. Dude, get off him. People is like, get off him. He's saying you can't breathe. What? Yeah. How stupid are you?
I don't think anybody's. I think everybody agrees. It frustrated me. It frustrated me, and it has nothing to do with my skin color. Because you know they could do it to him. They could do it to any one of us. There's nobody excluded. Like I said, I had an incident where it almost happened to me. And had I been shot, would anybody done anything? I don't think so. And it was, and to me, there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I could do about the situation.
Right.
It would like, Rob's dead.
I gotta say, the weirdest part to take away from your story, SW, is about the guns. Because over here in the UK, police officers don't carry guns. So to hear that story of Unity getting killed that easily is really weird, because over here we don't have any type of firearms that are like an everyday kind of
How do you?
thing.
So
I do think that's, I don't know, because what if the criminals have guns and the police officers don't?
Well,
yeah.
That's the thing. In the UK, we've got the strictest gun laws, so it's very rare a criminal will have a gun.
So
Only
I heard you guys like there's a lot of stabbings there instead of guns.
Yeah. So in the UK, we've got a higher knife crime than other countries, but yeah, that's why, because we don't have guns, criminals resort to other weapons.
Okay.
So, but let me get the one last thing, and then we're going to have to shut down. A horny red card. He writes, I think that healing power that Rey has is BS. Now, before you guys comment, I just want to give you this thought. Baby Yoda also did it in The Mandalorian. Your guys' thoughts on this?
I think, honestly, I don't overly hate it like some people do, like, oh, it's the worst thing ever, but it's a little OP, to be honest. Like, I don't think we've ever seen it before, ever. So I mean, it's a new thing, but
in the Clone Wars, Barriss Offee, a Jedi, she had the ability. In a comic book, there was 2 dead clone troopers that were on the verge of death. She managed to use that ability to bring them back to life.
Well, you know what? I think they could do, like, maybe Rey has a unique power. Maybe she like, you know how some Jedi have like their unique abilities. Like Anakin can see in the future. Luminara has that power. Maybe it's Rey's unique power. Maybe it's her unique power.
Listen, guys. Listen, all right.
So
What this is about is women are the best. All right, women know it all. Women are the most powerful. This is what it's about. All right, this is what Kathleen Kennedy is trying to tell us. That Rey is better than Luke. Rey is the females are superior. That's what she's trying to get across here. All right.
Well, I do agree with most of what you said, but I do think it's not like they could make this power like a legitimate thing in Star Wars that fans don't hate by making it like only she has it. Maybe Baby Yoda too. Maybe it's like a unique to them. Maybe not every Jedi could learn it.
From what we know, this ability, it's a rare ability, but when they use it, they have to, because obviously, for example, Baby Yoda, when he does it, he passes out, and that's because when people use that ability, it kind of drains a bit of their self, and in order for them to get that back, they have to rest. I feel like the problem with Rey is she kind of just does it, and she doesn't like take anything from it. She just does it, and she's like, "Oh, I'm fine. Off I go. Next job." But like Baby Yoda and Barriss Offee, when they do it, they have to rest. They have to like reconsume themselves because they've given their own life away.
I mean, I think like the biggest thing out of all this, no matter which way you slice it, most people, not everybody, is that you have somebody who doesn't get trained. And let me tell you, anything you do you need experience. You might pretend you need it. You might look for Rey. When people say, "Oh, well, how did she know how to do what she do on the Falcon?" Well, think about it. If all you're doing from a child is going into AT-ATs and TIE fighters, and then you're a mechanic, you know the ins, the outs, the ups and downs about this because you've been doing this for 15 or 20 years of your life. You're a pro. But when you have the Force, you don't know exactly what you're doing. You don't just put your hands out and rocks lift up in the air.
Rob, you gotta keep one thing in mind. Rey's a female though, so she can do anything.
It's like everything a male can do, you times that by 10, and that's how much a female can do. So
I know, and that's what the propaganda is. That's why the people fight against it, and that's why the other people are like, "Oh, it was a great movie." It's like, yeah, but you just what those people do is just they don't just watch the movie and say, "Oh, it's visually nice. Oh, it's beautiful."
And business wise,
but they don't think outside the box. They don't. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense with the rest of the law.
When you think of it,
it doesn't make any sense.
When you look at it business wise, it doesn't make sense either because I would say the majority of people who watch Star Wars are probably male. It probably leans male. So why are they pushing this like overly like female centric agenda when most of the audience is a male audience? So I mean,
there is females I could take. There's women who have YouTube channels who are Star Wars and they talk about this and they say the same thing you did. They're like, "Oh, listen, Does it matter if it's male, female? Does it matter if it's black, white, Asian, alien? Why do we have an alien force user? Why wasn't an alien the lead role in this trilogy? Could have an alien do it?
I've said that. That would be really cool if they did that.
Yeah. Like a Kid Fisto, like a Plo Koon. Like why don't we get that? We could have got that.
They have explained why they haven't done that, and the reason is because when you make a movie and you have a big actor, you want to make sure everyone knows that actor is going to be in the film. And if you dress the actor in heavy makeup, when people watch the film, they might not realize who the actor is actually playing. And it kind of, because obviously a lot of films play off what actors they have in it. And if you dress the actor up as a complete alien, some people would be like, wait, is that the actor or is that someone else? So that's
right. They could do like a crew. They could do a crew, like maybe it's like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like Star-Lord's obviously like there's no makeup on him, but the other actors like Gamora, there's the guy who said Drax. They don't really, they have like heavy makeup on, so they could do that, like maybe one human and then like the rest are aliens. So I
agree that they could do like a cool bounty hunter group, like a group of bounty hunters go around the galaxy. Like you could have Dengar, he's a human, but then you could throw in Bosk, IG-88, all these other ones.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Embo would be cool too. Embo.
True.
Embo.
Well, I loved you guys. I gotta say, I always have a great time when the Imperial Crew comes together. But it's about that time for me. I've got a lot to do. So, Imperial Academy, I would like to, you plug your channel. You can put it down in the comment section below, and if you would tell what your channel's all about and let people know.
I am a Star Wars and Marvel YouTuber. I cover literally anything related to Marvel and Star Wars. If it has the word Star Wars or Marvel in it, I will cover it. I do lore videos, fact videos, review videos. I do a range of stuff, and I've always got new things out on the way.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. And Entertainment Crew, you guys are up.
All right. So, guys, what we mainly are doing right now is Star Wars. We have a series going on right now. It is sort of like we're going to be reviewing every Star Wars movie as well as the TV shows like The Mandalorian, Rebels, Clone Wars. Tomorrow actually we might have Imperial Academy on for Attack the Clones.
Or actually, we're gonna have Jedi Purge on tomorrow.
Yeah. And then we have Clone Wars reviews up. We do other stuff along those lines, and it is entertainment. So as our channel grows,
also, Wednesday as our channel grows, I'm gonna continue where you. We're gonna spread out a little bit more Marvel, DC. Also, Wednesday we're doing Net Alliance, Revenge of the Sith.
Do you guys know who Net Alliance is?
No idea.
You should look them up.
Net Alliance.
Also, today, Chat is going to be doing.
Not today. 2 days I'm doing a VR. I'm gonna stream a VR. I'm gonna play Vader Immortal.
Yep. So guys, check us out. Two good-looking guys, ladies. You already know.
One good-looking, another one's a little bit,
In the chat's defense, they can only see one of you at the minute, so that might be a bit hard.
Listen, I wanted to save myself. All right, I wanted to. They couldn't handle it, man. They couldn't handle it.
All right.
My daughter's having some fun in the background. You want to say something real quick? I hope it makes sense. You want to say? Go ahead, go.
I'm subscribed to my dad's channel.
What about us?
Hey, what about me?
What about Entertainment?
No.
Yeah.
And what about Mega Jetty?
Yes.
And what about the Red Guard? And what about Jedi Purge?
The Red Guard.
And what about Imperial Academy? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. I just want to make sure we got everybody. And then,
just remember to click the red subscribe button.
That's right. I agree.
Wow, I can tell she's been watching a lot of YouTube.
Yeah, she does. I want to get my final thought. I want to thank everybody who came today. John Matrix, man, hats off to you. You can see my bald head. There you go. My hair's all messed up. Just want to thank you for the $5 super chat donation. That was really, really nice of you. I know you're not here anymore. Justin Proper. We've had Ark here. We've had Zach here. Oh, my God. Red Guard, TG Shadow Gamer, Make a Jetty. I'm just going to go through the chat real quick. Jedi Purge. Who did I miss? MMA King. I miss my daughter who's going nuts in the background. Majot was here. Oh man, thank you, Majot, for being here. Did I miss anybody? I hope I didn't. I know there was people here early. Justin Proper was here. God, I don't know who I missed. If I missed anybody, I missed anybody because it only goes so far back. So Anakin Skywalker was here. It's good to see you, my friend. So I just want to thank everybody being here. Check all the in the chat. Check all the links. Check out everybody's channel. Imperial Academy's great. Crew's great. You're all great. Now support each other. Support the community. We're all about love. We're all about being together, having a good time, growing together. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Have a nice one.
Yeah.
All right, guys, stay here for a minute before you go. All right, let me end it.